Hey guys, it's Talien back with more. I was a teenage exocolonist. So I guess let's just get right back into stuff. Kinda, I feel like not a lot is like immediately happening, but things are just kind of gradually building up as they have been for quite a while now. Hello, Otis, welcome to the stream. The fluffy one is here too. I think we might need to start with a cat pet break. Cute little fluffy paws. Okay. Um, cool. What should we do for the rest of the year? I don't know. I don't remember if we had any, like, side quests or stuff we were working on. I feel like we didn't really have anything immediately happening. Um... Oh, right, we're at full stress and we need to rest. Okay, cool. We shall do that. Do you ever think about Tammy? Cal asks you, as you both lean back against the fence and watch the shadows creep across the garden path. He takes a long pull of his canteen and sighs. I don't know. I don't want to be a downer, man, but it's so sad, you know. It's been, what, 7 years? He scrubs his hand through his hair. We're all totally different people than we used to be. I wonder what kind of person she would have grown up to be. It's a good question. I think we might find out sooner rather than later. We can continue with persuasion a bit to get that up to 50. Cal, I think about Tammy every time adults tell us it's safe in the crèche. Or electricity is mentioned. Yeah. Yeah, she is still on our minds. Oh my god, microbial soil, fair. Oh, we have... Right, so we mastered a skill, so we get +1 to mental skill increases. We can potentially work on that. Just checking if there's new stuff around that I forgot to check out. Because we did... Oh, right, we unlocked a bunch of stuff last time. What was it? There was... Oh, right, I don't remember if we ever actually got to try this one. We need to try it. Card upgrades, and there was something else too. There were multiple things. Whew, Rex exclaims, mopping his brow. When they talk about dogs going into heat, this isn't what they meant. You got any water, Solana? I'm sweating in spots I didn't know I had. Alright, we can do a hug. Card upgrades and the gene stuff, yeah. We need to go check things out. Alright, so we can visit the gym. Select a basic card to upgrade. Well, we don't really know what it upgrades to. I can try and... Oh, we're so low on kudos, though. We got rid of all our base cards, so we don't have much to upgrade left. That's fair. Oh, interesting. So you can buy these base cards and then potentially upgrade them to other stuff. I guess let's... No, let's go see what the other stuff is first. And then we can figure stuff out. Alright, we need to train with Nemi. Let's do that. -4 to last card, yikes. Nemi always insists that you never go easy on her, so this time, you don't. You go after her with everything you've got. By the time she finally taps out, you're both breathing hard. You let her up and she touches her fingertips to her eyebrow, startling when it comes back red. Whoa, she says. You really kicked my ass. Good job. The fully upgraded base cards are actually pretty good. Cost a fair bit, though. Okay. I don't know if we'll do that in this run, because we have We're pretty lacking on kudos at the moment. Kitty, hi Kitty. So cute. And we can study, too. You offered to help Tangent with her schoolwork, but she just shrugs you off. I'm not working on school anymore, she says. Chief Engineer Instance says I'm smart for my age, and my talents are wasted in school. She opens her hollow palm and shows you some of her lab notes. It's so much work, though, she complains. Honestly, maybe it would be better to be like everyone else. Unintelligent people seem happier. Anemone having just done hand-to-hand combat with you. I don't see why we'd ever have to do hand-to-hand combat. Just then, Nemi jogs by with a squad of soldiers, all marching in time. She gives you a little wave, then cringes as the leader barks at her to keep her eyes forward. Tang shudders. On second thought, forget I said that. I'll keep being smart, thank you. I will say these events hit weirder at age 18. Yeah, I mean, it is fair for her to be not doing schooling stuff right now. Kitty, kitty. You spot Tang heading behind the engineering wing and follow, only to find she's disappeared. Then you look up and see an access ladder leading to a maintenance platform by the engine turbines, long silent and starting to rust. Huh. You climb up to the platform. Tang's there, lying on her back and staring into the sky. A hatch beside her leads back into engineering. That must be how she knows about this place. Like, dang, you're almost an adult. There's only so long smart for your age matters, yeah. She doesn't acknowledge you until you're almost standing over her, your shadow fighting the overcast light. She blinks with the sluggishness of someone who's only just remembered it's a necessity, and licks her lips before she speaks. Do they need me in there? You shake her head, and Tang doesn't sigh in relief, exactly, though her eyes slip closed again. Good, she murmurs. It's all too much right now. I thought... Her mouth twitches. I don't know what I thought. I don't know what I'm doing up here. Are you okay? She's smart enough that she'll be smart for her age, no matter her age. Maybe so. Tang huffs a small laugh and folds her hands over her stomach. No, I think I may be burned out. Or depressed. In Earth movies, depressed teenagers would sneak out onto the rooftops, she says. I confess, I don't think I see the appeal. Maybe it would be better if I had alcohol. Or cigarettes. She shakes her head. Blanking out your mind with substances is what my mom used to do, not me. That's quite a way to go. Do you want to talk about it? Tang smiles, self-effacing, and doesn't look at you. I don't think so. Maybe. Will you sit with me? You lie down beside Tang and watch the gentle revolution of the sky for a few minutes. You can feel the caginess seep out of Tang as you lie there in silence, until finally she speaks. Do you ever think about humanity? She says. She asks slowly. Yeah, mom lore. Very exciting. Finally confirmation that she did substances of some kind. Humans are such a glorious, beautiful, utterly self-destructive thing, she continues. They only ever create by destroying, and in turn they hasten their own demise. Tang finally looks at you, her hollow eye lighting up her cheekbones. She looks gaunt. It was the belief in human supremacy and unchecked innovation that doomed humankind on Earth, she says. Does it seem like we're going down the same path here on Vertumna? I think we can try to do better here. Huh. -1 help tangent? That's interesting. Tang takes a deep breath and lets it all out. I think so too. I just don't know how. I don't know if any of us do. We're only human. You know, Tang, I can think of a certain someone who might have some opinions on this topic. Someone you could maybe talk to about humanity and your feelings of alienation here. Yeah. Yeah, -1 help tangent from saying maybe we should be better here. It is interesting. Sometimes I wonder, she continues, and pauses. Sometimes I wonder why we even sent humans to explore space. Given our track record, you would think perhaps an artificial intelligence would have been wiser. No ego to get in the way. No questions about ethics or morality. I mean, I think AIs still need to consider ethics. That's interesting. After all, we learned in Earth history that when human colonists traveled from Europe to the Americas, they nearly killed everyone who already lived there because they spread disease. Saying the reason they sent humans to colonize a planet should be self-evident. They wanted the planet to be humans, yeah. Also worth remembering, one of the +1 to help tangent was from giving her a hot bite to experiment on. Oh no, what have we been doing? Dang, what happened to the hot eye? I want to know that too. What did you do to the hot eye? Tang looks at her hands. I just can't help but wonder if we're doing the right thing. I wonder if you, like, max out the help tangent thing, she, like, actually, you know, like, puts her brain in a robot or something. Just completely discards her human body and finally achieves her dream. That would be really interesting, if only to see whether that actually, like, gives her what she wants, or if she's still not satisfied. The hatch to the laboratory clangs open, and Tang jumps. There you are, Instance says, just her head and shoulders visible through the hatch. Have you finished recalibrating that strand sequencer yet? Tang scrambles to her feet and brushes off the seat of her pants. No, not yet, she says. I was waiting on the results from BH4316 and... Tang clicks her tongue, Instance clicks her tongue against her teeth and raises a hand to interrupt Tang. They're ready, she says. I need that sequencer ready for the G4100 samples. Her eyes flick to you. If you're done, she adds, icily. Yikes. I'm starting to wonder if the thing Tang is up to has nothing to do with her own emotional stuff. I think Team Colony is developing a bioweapon. Uh-oh. Sequencer fits with alien targeting gene tech. Yeah, maybe. That would be something. Yes, ma'am, Tang says, cowed, and slides into the hatch after Instance. As her head disappears past the roofline, you catch a fleeting hint of an expression on her face you can't name. Fascinating. I'm so intrigued by whatever's going on with her. Naomi is lying wrong ways on a bench, their legs over the back and their head almost touching the ground. They wave when they see you, and gesture to turn off their hearspeak. Hey, Solana! I can't believe I'm still finding new tunes in the media library. You guys really do have everything. When is birthdays? Mid-dust? Oh, that's today. And also... I like crystal clusters. Okay. We have plenty of those. It's got a thing with Nomi, too. You're walking through the colony when you see a blur of color and motion at the corner of your vision. Bang! Nomi collides with you in a catastrophe of flailing limbs and high-pitched squealing, sending you both sprawling to the ground. Oh my gosh! Nomi exclaims. They immediately get to their hands and knees and begin to collect the papers that had exploded out of their hands when they fell. I'm so sorry. Sometimes my brain is off doing its own thing and I don't watch where I'm running. Ah! They exclaim. dusting off their piece of toast and shoving it back in their mouth. They were running with toast in their mouth, god damn it. Gotta go eat breakfast even when you're late. I think Team Colony was like, when human colonists did colonialism back on historical Earth, they killed so many people with germs. Wait, idea. You might be onto something there. Yeah, you're fine, don't worry about it. Nomi giggles and continues to collect their scattered papers. Their face is bright red.
Okay, if you say so. Thanks, Alana. Maybe if I had a genetic enhancement like everyone else, I would be able to watch where I'm going.
Oh, so they just don't have one. Interesting. Nomi gets to their feet and offers you a hand up, then brushes the dust off you.
I actually don't even know what my genetic enhancement is, or, even if I have one at all. My parents decided to lock my medical files from when I was a baby, because they had this wild idea that they wanted me to grow up without feeling like I had to be, perfect. They think it's rude for parents to make that choice for their kids.
Huh. Interesting. So is it just, like, listed as unknown? Yeah, they don't know. I think I might say it's not all it's cracked up to be, because we've definitely seen it screw people over.
That's easy for you to say, Miss I have cool superpowers.
I mean, that's fair. Mine is the coolest. Mine doesn't screw me over like everyone else's. Nomi exclaims, putting their hand on their hip and sticking their tongue out at you.
The rest of us have to get by on our wits and charm.
Nomi wiggles their eyebrows.
Maybe I'm just like Galactic Cyber Prince Umiyama, and one day a talking Hopeye will come tell me I have to defeat the Mega Ultra Nether Beings.
Nomi starts walking with you, talking animatedly with their hands.
I know my parents just wanted me to know that I can be anything I want to be when I grow up, and I don't have to be super strong or super smart in order to be happy. They told me nothing and nobody knows what's good for Nomi except Nomi, and I really think that's true.
Literally everyone we've seen has downsides from their augments except us and maybe Rex, yeah. They stop and turn to you, looking serious for the moment.
Sometimes it does kind of feel like, well...
So I remember there being something in the initial decision where, like, you also, like, don't know your augment yet, or potentially don't have one, so I wonder if that would kind of allow you to relate to Nomi more. That would be an interesting interaction. Ours did make it so we've had microscope, telescope sight since we were like 11, yeah. Nomi squints up into the sky.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm only good at something because I have some kind of secret advantage I don't know about. Or sometimes I think the opposite, like, if I'm not very good at something, I'll feel angry because maybe I could have been good at it.
Mm.
It was really bad on the Helio because everyone is really good at something. Usually things like marching and shooting stuff. I thought maybe it would feel different here where there are people with all kinds of skills, but...
They sigh.
No matter what I try, someone is already way better at it. So I just feel like I just suck at everything.
Well, everyone sucks at first, yeah.
It's the first step to being kind of good at something,
Nomi says, brightly.
That's from a show I used to watch. And I guess I don't suck at everything.
They strike a pose with an imaginary laser pistol.
I'm really good at laser fable. Pew pew!
Sucks to suck. An enhancement to be good at marching? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait. There's also stuff in engineering, right? To do gene tech enhancements, tinker with your DNA, oh boy. Of all the people in the colony, you understand genetics the best. Besides Dr. Instance, probably. She trusts you to attend to the gene tech machine. With access to a machine like this, you could give yourself a new genetic enhancement. Sure, you probably shouldn't mess with your genome too much in vivo, but one little change couldn't hurt. That's intriguing. I mean, look, story-wise, I don't think I want to, but like, I want to unlock all the gameplay functions just out of curiosity to see what they do. Hmm. That's interesting. I guess we'll just... It'd absolutely be something Solana would do. I guess we can take a look at it at least. Let's see what's... Okay, you decide to install the enhancement. Okay, extra fingers. Absorbent brain. Super strength. And calm temperament. So it seems like... I wonder if it just gives you the card, or if it also gives you the bonuses. I would imagine it does also give you the bonuses. Gives you the secondary benefit too. That's like the main part of them. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I wonder if it costs anything, because this doesn't seem to say if it costs something. I kind of feel like we don't need it, to be honest. So the Helio did have early enough emphasis on the military that kids were getting gene tech to be weird soldiers. Yeah. So Rex's parents have to be outliers like Nomi's? Probably. I mean, I guess you could potentially argue that doggy traits would be good in the military to some extent, but it is a little bit of a weird one. This is biology 100, so it makes sense for it to be really strong. That is fair, yeah, that's a good point. I'm not saying Dogboy doesn't have military applications, but it seems weird to give this one kid these genes. Yeah. They're going to use him as a mind sniffer, Dogboy. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I feel like we don't really need to mess with any of this right now. Eh. It's a big decision, not to be taken lightly. You'll be back when you're ready. So this kind of implies that you only get one chance to add one of the other enhancements. Could grab calm temperament. Having -1 stress on a card could be neat. I feel like we don't really have an issue with stress. It suggests his military role was to be a weird auxiliary soldier, which could explain him getting iced out by group cohesion. Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps. It is a little bit of a weird situation. Did we talk to everyone? I think we've talked to everyone. So I guess we can... I will say with the calm temperament, it is funny from a lore perspective that we're considering removing more emotions from more teens. Yeah, the emotion ones are probably the most fucked up. Like, why would they do this? Okay. I guess let's go sleep. Rex and Nomi are teaching the other kids a sound remembering game they learned on the Helio. Everyone takes turns adding a sound to the pattern, then working backwards and making the same sounds all the way backwards to the beginning. Rex starts with humming Om. Nomi adds the sound of rustling leaves, then repeats the Om. Cal adds the whistling noise of a trippet, then the rustling, then the Om. Then it's Dis's turn. He adds an ear-piercing screech like a bounce weasel, and everyone holds their ears and says there's no way they're adding it to the pattern. That is silly. And in Universal, Lana would feel the difference. She'd have full awareness of the before and after. Yeah, that is a good point. Like, you would actually be able to tell what's changed, and I feel like that would be really freaky to experience. Well, these are both good cards, so... So I think it is, what, Cal's birthday? Late Dust, yeah. You spot Rex's leg hanging over the side of a makeshift hammock he's fashioned out of tarp cloth. He's asleep, but he stirs as your shadow falls over his face. What? He murmurs, looking up at you. What's up? Do you need something? No, we're good. Hello, birthday boy. Cal claps you on the back. Solana, good to see you. Have you come to see the new genetically modified hybrids? Tang's on some real future tech with these ones. Apparently they're gonna yield like 4 times as much fruit, and the rind is gonna be edible too. So I guess that's what they've been working on, sounds like. The thing, Vase and Rex thing. Vase keeps saying Rex will say anything to make himself look good, but when we finally got a little lore, he actually said very little. Yeah, he doesn't seem to want to talk about it, really. Alright, now the question is, what do we want to do? Right. On the subject of stats, I think we got a new thing that actually increases persuasion. Although we do also have +1 to mental skills, so it might be worth doing that instead. Could do some reasoning. It's pretty low, and we sometimes get gated by being a little stupid, yeah. But yeah, that's probably the way to go for now, at least. I definitely want to do that governor one by the end of the year, but let's do a little bit of reasoning first. Alright, what do we have? There's that, which gives us +1. This gives us +2. This gives us +3 and empathy. That's probably a good one to do. Yeah, I think the tutoring is probably the way to go. And we're fairly low on empathy too, so we could use a little bit more of that. But we're at 51 with our, what was it called? The brain trainer or whatever it was. Sometimes tutoring is more like babysitting, and sometimes it's like counseling. The younger kids all have their own social circle that you don't really understand. Like there's some alien race on a totally different planet. You try to keep your lessons educational, but also end up spending a lot of time mediating their drama. Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of blue cards to work with, but I think we'll still be fine. Especially since the goal is 40, like we can do that easy. Oh boy. How about that? Alright, well, we matched the super goal. I think that's good. +7 reasoning, look at that, that's beautiful. Wow. Hell yeah. Well, the end of the year is coming up on us pretty fast, so... We probably want to go exploring again during Glow, just because there's lots of cool stuff to see and do. Although I don't know if there's gonna be, like, new events, or if it's mostly gonna be rehashing the old ones. I do want to see... I guess this is gonna be our last Glow before literally the end of the year. I'm assuming that the year or that the game is going to end on Glow 18. So that's gonna be, you know, all plot stuff. So yeah, I think exploring is probably the best thing to do. The rehash includes the wormhole card. That is true. It is worth it. So we probably want to be well rested for that. I mean, we get so many, what's it? Like stress bonuses. I feel like we might be able to just run through the entire rest of the year without resting. Do we also want to do another, like, regular exploration before we go? Because that is also an option. Probably not, though, because that would pretty much take up 2 months, and then we would have 1 month to just do something else. Although, on the other hand, we're not really missing out on stats that much. I'm pretty happy with how our stats are. Let me just double check. Ooh, we have a disc thing. Let me double check what our different explorations give us. This one gives us biology, this engineering. Oh, and we did lose our mental bonus, so that's no longer a consideration. I mean, engineering would be not bad. Yeah, I don't know. Can kind of go either way, I think. think we should try to max out bravery, actually. I wonder what we can do for that. Bravery or toughness? I think we're quite high on both of those. Clearly much higher on bravery. I think bravery is more doable. Let's go see what gives us bravery. Well, that gives us bravery, though not a lot. Sports ball increases bravery, yeah. Bravery and a bit of toughness. Yeah, I guess the main thing to really decide is whether we want to do another exploration or not. I feel like we don't especially have anything that we're, like, looking for out there right now, so we kind of don't need it. So I think we're probably fine. Let me remind myself whose birthday is when. So I think Mars is early, and then the twins are late. And... was it? Vase, I think, is mid-wed. Okay. This evening, when Dis isn't in his quarters or his usual spot near the expedition vehicles, we have a sixth sense for where to find him. His old secret hideout, in the big drainage pipe under the wall, where he still goes sometimes when he needs to escape and be alone. Sure enough, there he is at the entrance of the pipe. But something's wrong. He's fiddling with a package, furtively. His head jerks up as you approach, and he clutches it to his chest. You can barely believe your eyes, but you know a bomb when you see one. Oh, geez. What are you doing? Just stares at you for a few moments, weighing the truth. I'm leaving, he says eventually. Noctilucent made me a deal. Sabotage the colony during the next attack, and they'll let me become a gardener. Don't get in my way, Solana, Dis says. I don't want to have to hurt you. Oh boy! That is a real escalation there. I think we can just go with the please don't do this. I think we have enough friendship. We're literally maxed out. I'm voting empathy. You think so? I know about the existence of this event, but I've never actually seen it before. I feel like this just allows us to circumvent the challenge because we're just good enough friends with Dis. So I feel like it's kind of the same result, but unclear. I think the empathy check is if you don't have the friendship. Yeah, that's what I was kind of assuming. This seems like more confrontational. Let's try to talk reasonably. Please don't do this. Dis looks stunned, but shakes his head. It's not about you, Solana, he says. I'm going to do this. Except you, there's nothing for me here. You're the only thing that makes me feel, whoa. He looks down at the package in his hands and sighs. Human. No one has to know. Just give me the bomb. What am I gonna do with it? Just clutches the explosives to his chest tightly and lets out one shuddering sigh. Okay, he says, finally. Okay, I just... He shakes his head and hands it over to you. Take it, he says, before I change my mind. Oh, jeez. You dispose of the of the deadly package, and thank all the gods from all the religions you can name that you were here tonight to stop this. That is intriguing. Huh. I'm so curious what would happen if you don't stop him. Like, would he actually go through with it? And if so, like, how much damage would it actually do? I'm gonna be real to say I also have real doubts about the offer to become a gardener. Yeah, I feel like they were just playing him. Oh boy. that that went somewhere. Oh boy. Oh dis. Right, let's give him another fruit. Same intensity and different elevations. Yep. It's Mars's birthday, right? I've never actually stopped him because I haven't gotten the event. A lot of this stuff is new and fascinating to me. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess you probably need some level of base relationship with him in order to even trigger that. Oh, interesting. I just noticed Mars's thing is like in between. Or no, sorry. What am I talking about? These are my stats, not Mars's. I was just looking at Mars. My bad. Sorry, Mars. Right. Mars. It's her birthday. Have we looked at this before? I think we did, that she's like right in the middle between rebellion and loyalty. Very outspoken, of course. And significantly more socialist than capitalist. That's fun. Alright, let's give her a present. I guess what do we have more of? We have lots of flowers. Log for dog. There's +1/+1. Get a fruit back. Tang doesn't notice you approach, absorbed in staring at her hand. She flexes it a few times and touches her thumb to each fingertip. When she notices you, she looks surprised for a moment before her expression smooths over again. The body's a remarkable machine, she says. So weak as a child, then so strong in its prime, then ravaged by its own imperfect biology until it literally crumbles around us. And yet, somehow, we made it to the stars. And then here. She closes her fist. Imagine what we could do if not burdened by our physical forms. I guess it would be a spoiler, so don't actually answer, but it sounds like the bomb just happens if you don't stop Dis. Wild. Yeah, that is kind of what I assume happens. We could have blown up Lum, though. Alright, we can give her... Oh, no, we don't want to give her anything, because her birthday's coming up. We are running low on egg, but it's okay. It's for you, Nemi. Did we find something that he likes the devices, yeah. We don't have a lot of those, though. We might need to go exploring for more at some point. Ooh, we got a thing with Vase. Did we actually reach like 10 friendship finally? We reached 10 friendship with Vase, guys. Incredible. Can we reach 100 with Cal and Tangent? Maybe even with Nemi, but unlikely. We'll try. 10 old friendship close party kazoo, yep. You find Vase in the garrison lounge, holding court with a small group of young soldiers, listening to him tell a story about his latest expedition. He's gesturing animatedly with his arms and snarling like a beast. And then I shot it out of the sodding sky. Bam, bam! Vase finishes as you approach. The gathered crowd hoots and hollers for him, which he accepts magnanimously. Looking around, you see that it's mostly his Helio crew. You can tell from their uniformly close-cropped hair and perfect posture. But there are some faces you recognize from the colony. Anemone is here, and she shoots you a little wave. The question is, will our 10 friendships survive the event? That is an excellent question. Bravery 21 or greater? Hell yeah. Tell your own heroic story. You loudly boast that Vase's story is nothing, and walk right into the crowd of listeners. All eyes turn towards you, including Vase's, who is regarding you with a curious mixture of annoyance and interest. You tell them about the time you... I feel like I don't want to tell this, especially in front of Nemi. Let's recount how Calm died. Yeah, let's... Especially given the fact that our quote-unquote bravery was what got him killed. I'm not gonna do this. Actually, never mind. He squints at you like he's waiting for the punchline. When it doesn't come, he starts laughing. Typical colony kid. Vase sneers. All you do is stink up the place. Like animal shit in fear. Vase's friends laugh, while the colonists look at each other and smile awkwardly, already not wanting to disagree with Vase. All except for Anemone, who joins in and laughs the loudest of all. Excuse me! Vase, your girlfriend is right there, yes, seriously. Vase kicks out another stool from his table. Come sit beside the king, he addresses you. Maybe you'll learn something. Looks like he wants to make an example out of you. Oh, this is gonna be really interesting. I'm so curious where this goes. You take a seat beside Vase. He crosses his arms and sits back, looking at you appraisingly. Whatever he sees in you makes him snort dismissively. You feel as if you've failed a test. Your ears burn as the other teenagers from the heliopause pass judgment on you, and by extension, the rest of the colony. Wait, I've literally never noticed his Vase has a prosthetic arm. Is that new? Yeah, I think he's always had that. I don't remember in his, like, previous sprite. But yeah. The only thing this colony's good for is sport. I can't wait to get out there and shoot some aliens, Vase says. He bangs on the table with his fist. Those nullshits aren't gonna know what hit them. This would be so funny to do right now. It would be so funny. Like he's acting all big and like trying to get in my face and like be a shithead, and I just go, that's hot. It is wild. We can flirt with Vase, but also right next to Nemi. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna do that, but it would be really funny. I mean, this aligns more with my beliefs, but I feel like he's not gonna respond to that. He's just gonna think I'm more of an idiot. This, I feel like he would be potentially more intrigued by and potentially respect a little bit, but at the same time, I kind of feel like I'm falling for his rage bait, you know? Like, I really want to challenge him, but I kind of feel like it's what he wants. Give us the kick his ass option, seriously. I think I'm kind of tempted to go with this one, but it might end badly for me. Hmm. Oh, I want to so badly. I think I'm going to. I vote hotshot. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Face raises an eyebrow at you. He gestures to his, well, all of himself. Obviously, he sneers. What do I have to be humble about? One of his friends punches him in the arm, and Vase takes it with a cocky grin. You and Vase talk a while longer. Well, mostly he talks, while you and his friends listen. Eventually, the little crowd breaks up as people move on to their other duties. Vase says goodbye to all of the Heliopause soldiers by name, and some of the colony ones, too. Anemone lingers a little longer than the rest. He reaches out to her and they grasp forearms, and he pulls her down for a kiss. I'll see you around later, babe, he says. Anemone one-ups him, sliding into his lap and kissing him deeply. Not if I find you first. Ace laughs and swats her butt when she gets up to leave. Why do I have to watch this? I don't want to be seeing this. Congratulations, Mace, you have one polite trait. Yep, I'm giving you the slowest of slow claps. Eventually, it's just the two of you left. Ace stands up and puts his hands on his hips, surveying the garrison, his kingdom. All we did on the Heliopause was train for this exact moment, he says. We were literally made for this. We're the best of the best. He leans into your space and fixes you with a wolfish smile. Which makes me the best thing to happen to this planet since it started shitting out oxygen. Don't you forget it. How does everything out of his mouth just make him worse? How does he keep doing this? He just keeps one-upping himself. Just continuously. Nemi yawns as you approach. Sorry, Solana, she says, covering her mouth. Late night, early morning. You know how it is. Yeah, sorry, girl. Have we talked to them? I forget. Oh. Well. Wait, did we, like, reach a friendship goal or something? Yeah, look at that. We're at 71. You're walking through the courtyard looking for Rex when something moves quickly at the corner of your vision. Duck. You skillfully dodge the frisbee that had been heading straight for your head. The disc clatters harmlessly to the ground a few meters from you. Rex jogs over and picks up the frisbee. Hey, Solana, he hails you. Sorry about that. I'm playing catch with Nougat, and, well... He elbows you in the side, grinning. She's got a hell of an arm on her. Guess she used to be big into sports ball. Good thing I'm so high energy, right? How old is Nougat at this point? It's been like a couple of years since we started working with her. When I'm not working with the construction crew, I've been helping to take care of the kids, Rex continues, spinning the frisbee on his fingertip. Nougat says she misses the creche. You know the Heliopause doesn't have one? Instead of all playing together all the time, we stayed in our discrete family units when we were kids. I'm an only child, so I would have loved your creche. Except for the fact that a girl died in it. Hey! You hear Nougat yelling, throw the frisbee! She pouts as she runs up to Rex. Stop talking to your girlfriend! Girlfriend, Rex exclaims in mock affront. What I do with Solana is none of your business, Squirt. Rex grabs Nougat around her middle and zooms her around like a spaceship. Nougat screams in delight, kicking and flailing, until Rex sets her back down on her feet. It's your turn to run, Rex instructs. Go on, get! Nougat takes off, yelling at the top of her little lungs. She's so cute. It's not safe, Rex. Tammy. Yep. Man, kids, am I right? Rex says, standing with arms akimbo. They're great, though. I'm glad there's so many of them here. There's always someone to play with. How about you? Rex asks. Do you want kids someday? I'm not sure yet. Hey, that's fair, Rex says smoothly. You shouldn't have any if you're not sure, right? But at least in the colony, you know they're gonna have a pretty good life. How about you? Oh yeah, obviously, yes, Rex answers immediately. I want like 1,000,000,000 kids. Every kid in the colony can be my kid, absolutely. I don't even have to be their dad. You know, who cares about genetics or whatever? He looks over to Nougat, who's waving her arms agitatedly, waiting for Rex to throw the frisbee. Rex does, and boy does it go far. Nougat takes off running again as it soars over her head. I just want there to be kids everywhere, Rex finishes his thought. Lots of kids around means that the community is healthy, and everyone is at peace, and people are optimistic about the future. Aww. Plus, kids are just so great, Rex adds. I love making silly faces at babies, and crawling around on all fours with toddlers, and wrestling with bigger kids and helping them at school and stuff. It's fun. Rex scratches the back of his head. At Mahalia, we were kind of expected to stop playing so much when we started the education program, he says. Any playing we did was supposed to be like sports and endurance, real future soldier kind of shit. Sometimes I wish I could get a do-over on it, Rex says. Like, if I could go back to before everyone cared about their big guns and their big dicks. He makes a wanking motion. Kids don't care about that kind of stuff, he continues. They're just innocent. Pure of heart, you know? They don't have all of these. He gestures roundly to his own head. Thoughts, I guess. It's at this moment that the frisbee reasserts itself as an equal participant in the conversation. Rex's attention goes to it immediately, his ears perking up as he leaps and catches it before it can menace you again. Ha ha! He laughs, his thoughtful mood broken. That was close! I'm gonna get back to playing with Nougat before she hurts someone. Nice talking to you, Solana. Alright. Who have we talked to? I forget. Doglog, did we give Doglog? I thought we did, but let's make sure. Wait, no, Doglog. Solana, where are you going? Yeah, we already gave Doglog. I guess we can do another hug. Have we talked to everyone? Maybe? I think so. Alright, let's do the new thing, I think. One of your first tasks as an administrator is to format the monthly report to Earth. They send monthly reports to Earth? That's news to me. It's full of boring, carefully formatted data. Zeke is very specific about it, and makes you redo it 3 times until you get it right. You drop off the report at the comms desk and realize that you've yet to be told how to process any reply from Earth. You wonder if they reply at all. Definitely intrigued by that. I'm not asking Lum. I feel like Earth isn't loving our reports. I think let's try to investigate on our own. You sneakily read through the administrative holonet files you're allowed to access now. There's a huge backlog of messages, all dating from during the 20 years the stratospheric was in space. You scroll through the preview text quickly, not wanting to draw too much attention to yourself. The majority of the messages are updates from the colony's allies in the Vertumna group, but every so often there's a message ordering the ship to cease and return to Earth, putting an end to their illegal emigration and return their stolen property. If the Vertumna group weren't outlaws on Earth before, stealing congruence in the gene tech definitely did the trick. These messages are angry. Huh. So we stole congruence in the gene tech. That's interesting. That is also news. There are no messages from any time after the stratospheric landed on Vertumna. Maybe nothing can get through the wormhole. Maybe the communication system was damaged, and it wasn't until the heliopause landed that communications could be restored. Or maybe both planets are just shouting into the void. It's impossible to say. Yeah, we don't know. Kitty, move your tail. Okay. Bonus to straights, +1 to yellow cards. Well, fortunately, we have a bunch of yellow cards. We can put these out. We can put out the... Put out a gem. Get that going. We can get that going. Alright. Lots of persuasion. Wait, did we accidentally give Vase a present last month? Or am I remembering something from earlier? We might have messed up. I think we might have given him a gift. Oops. We definitely gave him a gift sometime this stream, but I forget if that was last month or earlier. However, I'm uncertain if like giving someone a gift when it's not their birthday still lets you give them a gift on their birthday. Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of assumed that you couldn't. I've definitely been avoiding giving people gifts during the season when their birthday is coming up. But I guess we can figure it out. I think we might have given Vase a gift by accident. Oops, accurate regardless of the time. Nemi seems troubled.
How do you know if someone still likes you? She asks. I don't understand this dating stuff.
Has Vase said something to you? Is he being weird? Do I need to beat him up? I'll do it. Well, apparently we can give him a gift, so... Who told you it was my birthday? Vase asks, accepting the pulsating device. Whatever this is, it looks dangerous. It's a good thing you brought it to me. Well... we have thing with Tangent. You bump into Tangent after a routine checkup in medbay.
So, Lana, could you wait a moment? I'm almost done. Let's walk out together.
Dr. Instance gives you a curious look as Tang hurries to catch up to you, but gets back to her work. Nemi, if this is about his weird intimidation to us during the last event, I do think he's just like that. Yeah. You wonder if Tang needs something from you, or just wants to hang out. Lately, it seems like she has less time for her friends, preferring to work late at the lab. Maybe she's lonely. Ah, nice weather we're having, Tang says as you walk outside. You look around. It seems pretty normal for the season. She clears her throat. It's so different here than it was in space, she says. Growing up in a spaceship was so clean and tidy. Here, I'm constantly sweeping pollen or dust or spores or what have you off of everything. There's a mushroom growing in the corner of the bathroom the other day. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, Tang says, wrinkling her nose. You can have it. You walk for a few more minutes. Tang clearly has something on her mind, so you let her sit with it until she finally steals herself. I'm not very good at this sort of thing, she says slowly. So, you know I've been working on a big project with the chief engineer. Yeah? You nod and she continues. Well, it's been going really well. I think we're finally over the last hurdle now. Governor Lum says it's going to change everything here in the colony for the better. I don't trust anything that Governor Lum thinks. What war crimes are happening, Tang? Yeah, literally. Tang seems more at ease than you've seen her in years. That sounds like war crimes, yeah.
Truly, I couldn't have done it without you,
Tang says, a slight smile warming her usually expressionless face.
I know I can be a hard person to be around, but I appreciate everything you've done for me. And ultimately, for the colony and all of humanity.
What's really going on with you? Tang shrugs.
It's nothing, she says. I just think it's nice to take a moment to recognize when someone has helped you. I'm trying to do it more. If the last decade has taught me anything, it's that you don't want to wait until it's too late.
She smiles cryptically. What is too late in this case? I mean, you know, the kind of obvious read is that, you know, the colony's in this time of turmoil and people can die unexpectedly and she doesn't want to have any regrets, but this kind of makes it sound like there's something particular planned and that's making me nervous. Should have let that Hawkeye go, yeah. Tang, what are you war criming? We had to stop your brother from war criming. We know you twins are like this. Yeah, seriously. What are you doing, Tang? What are you up to? Happy to help a friend. Tang nods and shoves her hands in the pockets of her lab coat, apparently having exhausted her capacity for heartfelt conversation. Oh my god. Have we talked to them? I forget. You spot Rex lying in his makeshift hammock, and he's not alone. He shushes you as you approach, placing a finger to his lips and indicating that the person snuggled up under his arm is fully asleep.
Hold on to the hammock, he whispers. I'm gonna try to get out.
Between the two of you, you manage to get Rex out of the hammock without waking his sleeping friend. Rex looks a little tousled and kiss-bitten, but his eyes are bright with mischief. Tired him right out, he murmurs, pleased with himself. What you need, Solana? Oh boy. I've actually never personally seen what's about to happen, but I have heard of it. Oh no. I am intrigued. Stuff is gonna go down, and it's gonna be something. Okay. Have we talked to you guys? I forget. We tapped right out of one war crime and into another. Yeah, we stopped one and then facilitated another one. Okay, so the question is what to work on now. I'm not sure if we even need to rest next time. I think we might be able to go all the way through Glow. If this was my own playthrough, I'd be shifting into emergency mode right now. Sadly, you do not know what emergency mode is in the first place. I do not. I'm just gonna play through this and see what happens. Surely nothing terrible is gonna happen. It's gonna be fine. It's all okay. Nothing's wrong. We're good. We're fine. Okay. What do we want to work on? I guess we can try to work on our bravery. Go do some sports ball, I guess. Let me check what else. Oh, just to see. I do think maybe we should just work on bravery. Persuasion could also be useful to get more of, as always. Yeah, persuasion is good to have. See the notice board. Security rating is down. Green Vertumna now. Shut up. This is quite good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we need anything all that much. I guess we can do more of this. And let's just see what this does. It also can give us some more interesting intel. The mood is somber as Mars calls the secret Fun Times Club meeting to order. Huh. We finally get to see what this has been doing.
Anemone won't be joining us today, she announces. Or, probably ever again. She told me she's too busy with training and stuff. And she didn't want to do any more sneaking around. She sniffs dismissively. It's okay. She was kind of a square anyway. But we need someone to replace her.
I definitely feel like it's a little bit late for for this kind of announcement. I feel like Anemone probably has not been joining for a long while.
Some of the Helio kids are pretty cool, she says. They like clubs and stuff, right? We should talk to them and see if they want to join the SFC.
Mars stops and holds up her finger.
Oh, and it's just SFC now. The secret Fun Times Club was okay when we were little, but we're practically adults now.
I mean, just shortening it to the acronym is not going to change the meaning of it. We haven't exactly been in admin a lot. Yeah, we have some events backed up. What the fuck, Tang? Tang, what the fuck?
What about the new governor, Lum? Tang asks. I know he's technically an adult, but he's fairly young. It would be beneficial to have someone with some actual clout on our side.
I think this definitely is intended to be seen a lot earlier in the story. Because I think at this point, like, people have opinions about Lum. Like, is Cal going to react to this? Mars gives Tang a withering look.
You already have someone important in the club, Tang, but thank you for your contribution.
She crosses her arms and thinks.
I mean, Lum's alright. Kind of dumb, but like, you don't have to be smart to be hot, you know. I can't believe we just let him be in charge. I've listened in on some of his council meetings and they are total chaos. It's like he has no idea what he's doing.
On that note, who do you approach to join the club? Oh, that's awful. Honestly, I would kind of feel really bad inviting one of Nomi or Rex without the other. Can we just invite both? This is 100% like an age 15 thing, yeah. Can we invite both of them? They're both fun. Let's invite Nomi.
A club? Nomi asks when you bring it up. Well, maybe. I am looking for more people to play laser people with me. It's no fun with just me and Rex.
They brighten.
Hey, wait, can Rex join? Because Rex is my best friend, and everywhere I go, he comes too. It's been that way forever since we were kids, and there's no way I'm letting him feel left out.
Looks like you got another too. Yeah, when you invited an anemone before Cal came included too. Yeah. So they're allowed to just bring in other friends. Okay, so we have a 4 there. We potentially have other 4s. We can just go for a 4-4-4. I don't know how much we want to necessarily. But potentially. This could be interesting too. Wait. Oh, because it's +1 to yellow cards. Okay, never mind then. We can make this a 5 and then go 5. Ugh, god damn it. Wait, why is... Oh, right. We don't want that. That we can also potentially... well, that's gonna become a 4 anyway. Wait. So that still gets overridden by the 5. Yeah, I think this is probably fine. Probably good enough. And this also wouldn't be... Well, let's go for it. Alright, last one before glow. The question is, do we need to rest? Honestly, I think we probably would be okay. Mars and Nomi are bent over one of Nomi's sketchbooks. Mars is talking animatedly, with expansive hand gestures. Naomi's talking along and taking notes.
No, 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 Mars exclaims. This neckline needs bolder lines, and down here, lots and lots of extra fabric. And make this part gold. I want it to scream, I don't have to work like everyone else. I'm only here to look beautiful and have people adore me. But we do have to work, Naomi pouts. Mana printing's restricted for these kinds of materials. It costs kudos.
Mars rolls her eyes. That's the point. Naomi huffs.
Not everyone's got as many kudos as you do, Marzipan. Especially us Helios. We didn't have any at all when we landed. If I want to wear something other than uniforms, I usually trade or mod old clothes instead of printing new ones.
Mars looks appalled.
You trade clothes? You don't even sell them to each other for kudos?
Naomi shrugs and tucks their hair behind their ear.
It's just, some kids can't afford to print this kind of clothing, right? So you're losing out on them as potential customers. So maybe instead you could design clothes that are pretty, but also made from common materials? So everybody can have them?
Naomi smiles brightly.
Then maybe when you're in charge, we can get rid of kudos entirely. It doesn't seem right that we trade kudos for extra stuff when we're all supposed to only have what we need anyway.
Naomi packs up their sketchbook and leaves, and Mars turns to you with a thoughtful look.
Oh, Nomi doesn't know that I was the one who started selling things for kudos in the first place. My dad keeps saying I shouldn't do that, because hoarding kudos and treating them like currency will cause...
She makes quotation marks in the air with her fingers.
Wealth inequality. And do you think they might be right?
Naomi's right. The Helios are broke.
Oh, Mars says, tapping her chin. I mean, I knew the Helios were tragic, but I just thought they had terrible taste. You know, the uniforms and the haircuts. I didn't know it was because they were poor.
She's so funny sometimes. Oops. Ah, come on.
I really don't think that kudos can make everything unequal, Mars continues. Like, you can always work harder if you want something nice, right? That's what I do.
Mars looks genuinely troubled.
It's great that we have everything we need. Well, as long as there's not a weird disease or a famine or whatever. But we're still poor, you know?
She sighs.
We're poor in culture. Like, yes, every colonist has a steaming pile of mesh trippet every morning, noon and night, but what if I want to watch a holovid I haven't seen a million kajillion times?
Mars puts her hands on her head.
When we only focus on survival, who's making the holovids? And the symphonies? And the gourmet food?
She throws her arms in the air and shouts.
We have everything we need, but we're poor. Poor people don't care about art.
This is going in an interesting direction. Mars snaps her fingers.
No, I've got it. I'm a genius. If the adults won't incentivize the creative class, we need to do it ourselves. We need to get the adults on board with adopting kudos and using it to pay for luxury goods. Instead of slaving away in the depot or the kitchen, people like Nomi could be artisans.
She grabs you by the shoulders.
If we have an actual creative class, maybe we could get some culture on this stupid rock.
She is so funny.
I can't believe I've never thought of it before, she says,
clearly possessed with a beautiful vision.
I'm the richest teenager in the colony, but what good is it if there's nothing to buy? Here I am, sitting on more kudos than I could ever use, and I could have been using it to kickstart the creative economy. I could be a patron of the arts.
I love her. Mars releases you and pulls up the finances screen for Holopalm. You catch a glimpse of her balance, which is more kudos than you've ever made in a year at least.
Yes, good, Mars says, thinking out loud. More than enough to start.
She looks at you.
Well, Solana, she says imperiously, you'll join me, right? Let's give away some kudos.
Well, I don't know if I can really spare 100 kudos right now. I do like that she has a point about the need of art. Unfortunately, the direction her mind goes with capitalism. Yeah, which is really interesting since she's, like, supposedly more socialist than capitalist, but so far she's mostly been talking capitalism, I feel. Like, it feels like she wants to be more capitalist. uh, hmm. I guess you can have 10 kudos? Mars nods as you transfer 10 kudos into her account.
It's not much, but it's a start.
Unfortunately, her dads have instilled in her a sense of sigh, empathy. Yep. By our Earth standards, she's still quite socialist. Yeah, I guess so. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I think we already talked to them. I never remember who I have or haven't talked to. Ah, that's not what I meant to do. Tangent, my buddy, I hope you haven't been up to any war crimes. I have some more medicinal roots for you. We're at 85 friendship. Okay, so the question is, do we rest or do we just push through? Honestly, I feel like we could just kind of push through. We'll probably be fine. Okay, what do we want to do? I guess we can continue with the persuasion. There's the option of grabbing an additional genetic enhancement if we ever want further, if we want even further stress control. Potentially, but I guess we might as well. Like, it seems like there's no downside to it. It's just a reward for reaching 100 biology. So I guess that would be this calm temperament that gives us more stress control or more effective skill gain. Yeah. Well, I don't actually know what the different ones give you. Absorbent brain presumably gives you more bonuses to some of the mental skills, reasoning at least for sure. And then super strength presumably helps with some of your physical skills. I don't know what the heck extra fingers gives you. Hmm. They each give bonuses to learning 2 skills. Yeah, that makes sense, because that would be the same as our eagle eyes. I don't know. I don't know if we really need any of this. I feel like we're kind of okay as is. We could try to do more tutoring for more reasoning. We could try to keep going with the persuasion. We could try to max out bravery. Let's do at least a little bit of bravery. Is sports ball the only thing that gives it? Because I don't remember anything else having it. So what is the, what do we get from here again? So here we just have the kitchens, which is creativity and empathy. I feel like this probably, like, unlocks other activities, too, if you do it more. But we haven't really been doing it. And what stuff did we get from here again? Toughness, we get biology, which we already have maxed out. Yeah, I guess let's just do some sports ball. Oh, went to the wrong place. Alright, sure, let's do sports ball. Security Chief Rhett interrupts your afternoon training to address the group. Nemi perks up. This seems important. Ever since the original colony was destroyed, Rhett begins, we've needed every skilled security officer we can find to defend our home. And now, with Governor Lum's blessing, age is no longer a requirement. We are looking for young recruits to join the ranks of the defense squads. This is a serious job. He punches his hand for emphasis. You'll be soldiers, not little kids learning self-defense or peering down from the safety of the walls. You will be in danger. You need to be brave and know your way around a weapon. Step forward if you think you have what it takes to defend our colony. I mean... I feel like this is probably most in character for our Solana, that we've just been running out to join the fight every chance we get. Although, on the other hand, we're definitely not supporters of the war. I guess let's go for this. Rhett smiles. It's not a happy smile. But you have what it takes to survive. I guess? Rhett nods. Okay, you're in. See you at dawn, recruit. We may not be okay with the events of war, but we are very serious about defending the colony. Yeah, exactly. Okay. +1 to social cards, and +3 bonus to straights. Well, we have lots of 3s. This. Actually, we could turn... So let's see what happens when we take out all of these 3s. Well, it's clearly not enough. We have this, which... Can we... So we can turn these into 5s, which is fun. Oops. No, we don't want that. I don't know. We need it like this, and like this. We have literally prevented colony, maybe not destruction, but damage at least once. But we can't tell anybody about that, and it wasn't by being a soldier, yeah. do better than this, though? Hmm. We could potentially turn this yellow. We can use a flower, which would presumably turn that up to a 5. Let's try that. Well, it didn't really help much. Hmm. I mean, we can try to focus on building straights instead. Okay, let's see what else we can do. Like that is an option, but we'd have so many 3s. 3, 4, 5. We could do a 3, 4, 5, I guess. That is better. We did kind of waste a flower, but that's okay. We have a lot of them. Um, I mean, I guess that's good. Alright, here we are in glow. Well, I guess we can keep giving people stuff. Egg. Well, I think he just hates the colored things specifically, so let's give him a log, I guess. It's better than nothing, I suppose.
It stands to reason that there will be some sort of attack this glow, as there has been in other years,
Tang says, looking out at the walls.
It's my hypothesis that each attack will grow in intensity until we are routed from the planet or become the dominant species. With how difficult this year was in our food supplies, we are certainly entering this season at a disadvantage.
Alright, well, I think we've talked to everyone, so I guess we should just go do our exploring. It is getting a little bit late, so hopefully... I think we're gonna go through exploration and the entire glow event, and then end the stream when that ends. Hopefully it doesn't go too crazy long, but that sounds like the right amount of stuff for today. Alright, sneak out to explore. Okay, we don't have full stress, so we might have to be a little bit more careful. Let's try to get the big events first, and then come back for whatever else. Hello, friend. Shadows upon shadows move against each other and glow, wavering under the gloaming of the mush trees like ghosts. The forest is as still as a creature breathing its last breath. You know to look for Sim in the hollows of the trees now. His eyes gleam in the permanent night. Hello again, Sugarbuck, he chuckles. You're getting pretty good at navigating in the dark. Sim sets off through the darkened forest with ease, bidding you to follow. Have you come to ask me more questions? Hey, Sim, what was up with just nearly bombing the colony? A good question. Is Noctilucent the one attacking us? Sim smiles and looks off into the distance. Ah, so you've met. My condolences. Their views are difficult to hold within myself, though I understand them implicitly. Noctilucent is responsible for invasive species management, Sim adds. So, yes, repelling you falls under their domain. The most obvious method, as you've noticed, is the yearly attacks, though there are other, more subtle methods to discourage growth. Plague and famine, for example. It doesn't need to be this way, he sighs. Sim stops walking and smiles politely. Well, that is enough for now. The trees have ears, you know. That's fair. Sim continues walking. Mind the glowflies, he says, stepping aside to let a flurry of multicolored insects twirl by. Huh. We can't just, like, have a normal talk with you? I guess not. And we can't do the stress heal either. That's interesting. Well, I guess there's not much going on here now. Well, that's all. There's up here too. I saw a couple of events. This goes back to where Sim was, right? I think that's all that's there. Okay, cool. Yes, these long threads. I guess we can... I actually forget what we get for this. I feel like we don't actually get anything for it. What if I just don't? Yeah, we'll just go around. You get nothing except passing through. Yeah, okay. Alright, gaze up at the wormhole. Yeah, I'll take the whole 17 stress. which we can do by just going around, in which case it also doesn't cause stress, yeah. Wait, is that it? It wasn't literally just those two events, right? There was other stuff, right? I guess that was it. Okay. Well, we got what we came for, I guess. And we were, in fact, totally fine on stress. We even got some crystals out of it. And just as stuff happened, we disconnected. Is it okay? I think we had a bit of a blip there. Alright. You're heading to bed when the sirens begin to wail, heralding the beginning of the yearly xenofauna attack. Outside your window, you see the soldiers begin to form up. This year, Nemi is heading up her own squad. You see her red hair bobbing along with the others as she rushes to defend the walls. Well, I think we're gonna help. Should we put on some combat gear? Maybe we should. How is our combat anyway? We're at like 57, okay. Can't switch. Oh, are we like officially part of the event? Okay, yeah. Alright, well, it's fine. I think we're okay. Nemi looks at you in surprise, but nods when she sees you're ready to fight. Someone hands you a plas rifle, and you join her squad on the walls. You stand shoulder to shoulder with Nemi and watch the Xenos mass on the far side of the fire break. Look at them all, she says darkly. They just keep coming, more and more every year. What are they even waiting for? Why don't they just attack already? She shoots a look at the rest of her squad, all of them Helios, mostly young adults like you, and lowers her voice. I just want to get it over with, you know, she confides in you. These Helios learned to march before they could walk. I want to prove I can handle myself as well as they can. She runs her fingers down the barrel of her plas rifle, where she's stenciled the name Kombucha. Aww. They might be waiting for a bomb, TBH. That's a fair point. A lowing from the forest draws your attention back to the enemy line. The wall of animals is approaching in eerie unison, their footsteps drumming a rumbling tattoo across the ground. Nemi clutches her rifle tightly. Okay, here goes. I will say I do struggle a little bit to take the name Kombucha seriously. Yeah, it's a silly name, but you just have to go with it. The animals approach the wall at a steady pace, but stop short of the walls. Instead, they mill around outside the colony, near the garrison. In the eerie silence, you hear the sudden crackle of plas rifle fire, and a flying creature falls to the ground. You hear Security Chief Rhett from his post on the walls, telling his squad to hold their fire. His voice rings through the still, expectant air. The Xenos are just standing there. It's so quiet. The animals appear to be waiting for something. The uncomfortable impasse stretches into minutes, until finally Nemi tilts her head like she's hearing orders through her hearspeak. Okay, we're just going to attack them, she says, her voice lilting up almost as if it's a question. Her Helio-born squad mates look at her with unsure expressions, but Nemi nods. Yeah, to the walls. Open fire! Alright, well, we fight. Well, we don't have a lot of red cards right now, but... Oh boy. Well, we have a lot of gems, and we have this one, which we could crank way up with all those gems. Um, man, I don't know. I feel like we don't have good number combos here. We have some fours, I guess, but I really don't want to spend both of these two on the first round. We could potentially spend this on the first round. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because this, we get +1 to red cards. You get a 7, 8, 9. That's pretty nice. 85 isn't that difficult for how strong our current deck is. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we already have a 43. um, yeah, I think we can try this. Oh boy. I mean, we could try to do this, but I don't know if it's really the right time to... Hmm. Well, it would give us... I think we would definitely be able to make the goal with that. Um, this would give us a 3, 4, 5, 6, except this 5 is wild, so it would probably get a -2, which would be really annoying. And also, this 3, 4 would also not work because of that. Oh boy. Um, hmm. The 10 is very tempting, though. I mean, we could potentially leave these for next round and try to make something out of the other ones. Oh boy. Okay, well that did something. Sure. So we could do something with these. I guess we can take this. I don't know if we can really do much better than that. An 8, 9. Oh, here we go. So we have that value is wild is pretty good here. That's fun. That's a fun combo. Um, yeah, I think I'll go with that. Oh, there we go. We get the max. Nice. You and the others opened fire, joined by other squads at other points on the walls. The creatures continue to mill around as they're cut down by a hail of crackling plas rifle fire, seemingly unbothered. It's not until a few minutes pass that the creatures seem to wake up, in a sense, breaking from their holding pattern and beginning to batter the walls as usual. Flying creatures begin to soar overhead, landing in the courtyard and attacking from within. You stay on the walls and pick off what you can, trying to keep the creatures from forming a living pyramid to scale the walls. You can hear the battering of their bodies against the gates from here, and the commotion as the gate defenders rally to keep it shut. Governor Lum comes charging up to Nemi. "I need command of your squad," he says. "I'm taking them down to the courtyard to engage the enemy directly." "I hate this. Get out of here."
My squad?"
Nemi stammers. She looks conflicted. Lum is the governor and outranks her as a soldier, but he's Lum. His plan is bound to be dangerous, or even suicidal. The rest of the squad are Helioborn, yes, but they're also teenagers, like you.
"Don't you need us up here, supporting defenders from the walls?" she chances to suggest.
I think if we suggest asking the security chief, he's just gonna get mad because he thinks that we're like undermining his power by going to someone else. So let's... I don't want to just obey though, so I think I'm getting challenged. We still have that bomb probably. Yeah, let's just blow him up. Let's just try to reason with him. Not that I expect it to work, but we can change our mind about using it. We're more useful up here. Lum doesn't look convinced, but your support emboldens Nemi. She stands up straighter and hardens her expression.
"I can't send my people into close combat," she says firmly. "We're trained for range defense, not melee."
The governor looks at your squad mates, but none of them make a move to follow him. He curls his lip in disgust and stalks away. Yes. We did it. We got rid of him. Your squad remains on the wall, defending them against being breached by Xenos and picking off the flying ones before they can land in the courtyard. The gates stay standing, and after an hour, the attack ends as quietly as it began, with the remaining Xenos slinking back into the forest from whence they came. In the quiet following the battle, the colony comes out of hiding to gather in the courtyard, surveying the damage. Everyone looks weary, but you survived another year, and with remarkably few casualties. As the gates are secured and people begin to pick through the massive Xeno bodies, you spot Dis watching from up on the walls. As he meets your eyes from a distance, you wonder how tonight's battle might have gone if you hadn't stopped him from planting that bomb. That is something that I'm absolutely wondering about. I definitely don't want to know any details, but maybe in a later playthrough we might find out. Alright, age 19. We got so much organizing. A good bit of persuasion and reasoning. Look at all this good stuff happening. Good stuff, good stuff. Points with Mars and everything. Got a bunch of rebellion too. We're just gradually getting more rebellious. Alright, well. It's the last year. I think I am going to call it here though. I think it's probably a good place to stop as we start the last year in our little colony. Now we just have to worry about the other twin. I know, right? This is going to be... It's going to go so poorly. We did stuff. We did indeed. Yeah, one twin down. For sure. Oh boy. I'm so curious what is going to happen with her. Where is that going? Really hoping Tang did not buy a weapon. Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Well. Alright. Yeah. We're approaching the end of the game, which is kind of crazy. So Thursday I probably won't be able to stream. I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and preemptively cancel the stream, or if I should try to see if I can get home in time to stream. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'll try, but I can't make any promises. Alright. Well, I guess we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on schedule. Cool. Thank you for coming. I hope you're having fun. Yeah, we're really getting towards the end game now, I guess. Who knows how the heck this is gonna turn out. Alright. Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your day and whatnot. Cool. See you.